Hello, me again. I'm Alex and I'm back with another story about Jesus. Well, it's about Jesus and another man, a man who wasn't able to walk. We don't know his name, but I'm going to call him Asher. You see, Asher's life hadn't been easy. His legs didn't work properly and he couldn't walk. And that made life very difficult. It wasn't like here now, where you can live a normal life regardless of any disabilities you might have. Where Asher came from, people treated you like you weren't there. Asher couldn't do any work. The only thing he could do was lie there and beg for money on the street. But one thing that Asher did have was great friends. He lived by a big lake. It was so big, people used to say it was a sea. Asher's friends had heard that someone special, Jesus, had just crossed the lake and come into their town. They had heard lots of stories about Jesus making people well again, including people who couldn't walk, people like Asher. So they went out and found out where he was, and they carried Asher there on a mat. Each friend took one of the corners and took him to Jesus. They knew that Jesus could make him better. So there he was, lying in front of Jesus. But Jesus didn't touch his legs or say any magic words to make the legs start working. He gave Asher's friends a look, like they'd done something really special. And then he said to Asher, "My friend, your sins are forgiven." There was a shocked silence. Then Asher could hear some grumbling and muttering. He looked over, and there were some important men, religious experts who thought they knew everything, and they looked angry. Asher could just make out what one of them was saying. It was something like, "Jesus must think he is God." Jesus turned to them. He seemed to know exactly what they were saying, and he said, "Why are you thinking such evil things? Is it easier for me to tell this man that his sins are forgiven, or to tell him to get up and walk? But I will show you that the Son of Man has the right to forgive sins here on earth." Then he turned to Asher and he said, "Get up, pick up your mat and go home." Asher was shocked, but he was also excited. He stretched out his legs and he realized that he could move them on his own. Slowly, he got up and he could walk. So he picked up his mat. He didn't need that anymore. Asher and his friends went home. Well, they ran and danced and hopped and jumped and skipped. Jesus had made his legs work, but he had also forgiven Asher's sins. You know, the fact that he had ignored God. Asher was separate from his creator God. He was lost, and most of the things he had done and thought weren't right. I wonder what you think all that means. Do you think Jesus is the Son of God? He called himself the Son of Man. That sounds important. Asher wasn't sure, but what he did know was that Jesus was very special.